Good morning this morning. Good morning. I'm happy to be here once again. I want to appreciate all of us. I want to thank all of us. Wonderful time, wonderful season. Wow, I must confess it has been really good. It has really been good. I must confess it has been really good. Good in the sense that God has been keeping. He is ever faithful. He has been keeping to his word. Open doors, opportunities to have people who know some histories. I say, wow, honestly, it's awesome. There are some things that, if by the virtue of just looking at scholars and some other people, we will get little, but if by the virtue of what the Lord said, we get much. I want to appreciate all of you. I want to appreciate you. So as you are joining, please share the button, like it, and comment. So please like it, share it, and comment. It will give us a long way to go. So please, as you are joining, please mention your name, the country, the state you are watching from, and also do your contribution. So at the end, I'm going to be reading it out. You feel free to do your comment. Feel free to share it live. Feel free to share with friends. Invite friends also. Yes, we have a long way this morning, and I'm really thanking God. Just write your name, where you're watching from, the state you're watching from, and God bless you. You know, I really appreciate one thing about this historical background of Christian drama. We have started about 2-3. This is the third week, and every day I wake up with a lot of expanding history, and I say, wow. And I say, okay, the best way is that let everybody tell their story from their own perspective, putting it together, and do the best we can by the grace of God. Now, I want to also take us a bit to look at the historical account of drama from the Western church setting, because when you consider what happened in the Western church, and then when you now come to Nigeria, you discover that a lot of things have been done. A lot of opportunities have been done. And when, like I said, one of the videos, when some missionary came in 1800, and they have to look at how do they have a language barrier. How did they communicate to these people? They have to look for a way of using drama to communicate the language, the culture, the religion, the relation of people. And at that time, Lagos was surrounded by waters. So Lagos was so much opportuned to have the experience fresh from those things. Then the origin of theater in Nigeria will always and forever be traced back to church. We always and forever be traced back to church. And some of those churches, CMS. How many of you know CMS? CMS, Church Missionary Society, that metamorphosed to Anglican now. So, CMS in my hometown, I from Okegbo in Ondo, where we have Fagwa. Dio Fagwa that wrote Lodumare. They bring about these churches we mentioned, Methodist Missionary Society, the Wesleyans, the Baptists, the Catholics. They also contributed. At that time, they used to do concert show. People come around, comprising of songs, recitation, drama, music, dramatic stuff they would do at that time to bring about a kind of turning point to them. Now, drama was also encouraged to aid the teaching of language in the schools at that time. And I'm talking about Nigeria. When it came to Nigeria, the historical background revealed that some of those things, by the time we got it, the Great Commission started. The concept of Christian evangelism was highly embraced. So at that time, evangelism was the major thing. In fact, some churches was full of entertainment. They used it for entertainment and all that. So please, wherever you are watching from, as you are joining, make sure you like it, share it, invite your friends, you will see the button there on your left hand side like this. You're going to see it down, share it, like it, and comment. Now, the use of evangelism was really something that was embraced to spread about the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. And as the drama was going on, a lot of people were moving from one place to the other, and it was a fantastic thing. And let me also say that Christian video filmmaking shared the history when those secular people were also coming together from the celluloid. And I told us a lot of things at that time. And the Christian drama group began to emerge. They begin to emerge. Many of them were established. Many of them were presented rhetorical plays, repertoire plays within and outside the church setting. So at that time, some people are independent, some are also not just independent, some of them are also under the church. Now, the introduction of Christian drama to the history of Christian drama, to the history of Nigeria, it is not just an aberration. It's not something that maybe just do it, and then it's not something that came in by force. Or some people say, I just like these people. They just like to be putting. They just want to be putting Christian. They just put the prefix and put Christian so that people can know they are Christians, or they just want to separate themselves from the conventionals. They don't want people to know. It's not about separation. History reveals all these things. In fact, in the late 80s and 90s, when Nigeria home videos were being championed by secular producers, I tell you, the Christian group are also in existence. In fact, I'm going to be mentioning some names this morning, which some have mentioned, some have not mentioned at all, to explain and to bring about. And I also pick on some individuals whom we have interviewed, who we have called, and they have also called us back to really hear some things. And I promise us tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about those 3 people that I've mentioned. I'm going to be talking to them till we finish. If we finish this week, fine. But I know next week we'll finish it. I'm so sure of that one. At least I'm so sure. I'm so sure of that one. Now, the Christian film production, as back as 1986, as back about people gathering together who want to make an evangelical movie. Then, the presence of television at that time also helped, because the television has come in 1959, and there's also helped that, okay, people can also do this thing aside these the secular people, Alain Joes, aside them. And at that time, video production was so popular for cameraman. They call them video man. They only do it majorly for wedding. They do it for wedding. They do it for child naming ceremonies, birthday parties, chieftain's installation. That's why you see them. It's not really, but when he discovered that there is a prospect in this thing, we can sit down and watch some of this thing. Wow, then we can do something better. And the initiation came, the introduction came, the emergence, like, let's try this thing. When we try, let's see how it works. Do you get what I'm talking about? I said, wow. Now, Christians, I don't want to bug us too much this morning. I still want to make it very interesting too, because I discovered that a lot of things were just being emerged every time. They were just being emerged every time. I was like, wow. What a history. What a powerful thing that all of us should embrace. Now, I promise us that we're going to do some things. And as we talk about historical background, at some time, at some point, some churches were against, I'm telling you the truth, some churches were against church drama. They're against drama in general. The opposition was so much that if they want to see anybody doing drama around, they don't want any members of their church even involved in drama. Number one is revealing secret, is exposing some ministers, is exposing some people who have maybe they have gone to the occultic world to get power, and the drama is showing that, oh, somebody who has done this is what is going to be end up to him and all that. So and those are the things that scare some pastors, or some people don't even believe, because at that time when I was growing up, they used to quote a place and they went to play. they went to play. So if they are serious people, you know, they went to play and they interpreted the Bible literally that they went to sin. So all those people that are doing drama, they are sinners. You know, it's okay. And you know, at that time, some churches embrace it. Some churches, like I told us, the Pentecostal churches and all that, many of them embrace it, and they were using it to propagate the gospel. This morning, I'm going to be talking briefly about everybody, briefly about them. Those are people who have contributed. Godram, Government Drama Film Ministry. We're talking about them, but tomorrow I'll be talking on the three people I just said. The Godram started in the church, and the full meaning of Godram is Government Drama Film Ministry. Godram. Godram happened to be a drama group which I've mentioned parts of the videos. You can watch the video, you see. And at that time, they was encouraged. They started at Mushin before it was being nationalized. And before it was nationalized as what it is today. And it was a powerful thing gathering. And the likes of Pastor Paul Adaramola, the likes of Paul Alausa, they contributed so much to the establishment of this church. No wonder I'm not surprised that that drama group today, they have produced the first, I would say the first, in my own view, that's my own view, the first serene history of Christian drama and the history of church drama, and a church that has it great. The history of church that has it great. That is, people that were using, there was no, what am I going to say? There is no infusion. There was no infiltration of other maybe secular into it. You know, it was wow. It was wow. And Chronicles is out. You can watch the history of that church, and that was written by Father in the Lord, written by one of them and directed by Father in the Lord. And you know, those are the things that you also look at the principles that guides what we do, the principles that make all the things we do what we do. So the Godram started as a church-based drama, and they are still church-based drama, and they also started for a longer time. Because at the time that my Bamiloye in Ife was saying God is calling him to drama ministry, and at that time, wow, we don't understand this, but at least. And by the grace of God, Godram is over 20 years of assistance, doing wonderful things for the Lord. And that's part of the people that contributed to the historical background. They also move around to do both theatrical and powerful stage and all that at that time. Now, let me go straight to Segun Badejo. Segun Badejo is the president of the Gideon Mission, the director of the Gideon Mission Pictures, and director of the Gideon Mission of the Drama Film Institute, taking the gospel around the whole nation. Before Gideon Mission started, Evangelist Badejo has been involved in drama at a particular time with Godram. That's why I merged it together. At a particular time, he also have the Hours of the God. He has done the Last Hour movie. In those days, you know, many of them, 90s, mid-90s to the late 90s to early 2000, they contributed so much, and they was moving around. Now, time will not permit me to mention all their names. I must confess, some of the people that also contributed at the early stage was Bishop. We call him Bishop. Emmanuel Akinshola. Emmanuel Akinshola also contributed so much to one of the things we have today in Christian drama. These are part of the history. These are part of people being part of the history. It's not mean about their age. It's about what they have gone through. Do we get it now? Now, some people are there, but they don't really pass through it. Some people they are aged, but they are not really part of the history. They just know that, okay, these drama people and all that. Now, we also have Shehu Jonathan. Shehu Jonathan received a calling into drama ministry in 1997. You remember I talked about Mount Zion Institute. Okay, I don't want to go back and watch the videos. So then Pojem started. Pojem started in 28 December 2001. Pojem actually means the Power of God Evangelistic Ministry. Then along the line, a lot of things happened to them. They started making the movies and begin to distribute it single-handedly over 5,000 movies free of charge, making the gospel an impact all over the television, everywhere that it can be found. They put it there. Now, that is Evangelist Sean Jonathan, who is specifically in Europe and the American missions. Now, we also have Tony Esho, and now Tony Fatusi, who happened also to start 3rd of May 1996. Our ministry is also over 20 years now, over 20 years of ministry. I begin to classify, if you are over 20 years or close to 20 years, or over 30, 40 years, you are part of the person we are talking about. So we have Tony Shaw, who is the president of the Overcomer Evangelical Ministries International with the husband, who is the president with the husband. And this is, I was telling us a young chap yesterday. Some of us are contemporaries who were young at that time. We are doing well, and we can do the best God has helped us and enabled us to do at that time. So we have this woman, young lady at that time, but woman of God now, very powerful, contributing, moving from part of the people who were sent to the youth at the early stage, moving around to campuses and fellowships of secondary schools, discipling people through drama, making sure that these people are actually saved and all that, catching them young. We also have the likes of Paul Gold, Olalekan, Joseph in Ilorin also. Quite a people who have been in assignment more than 15, 20 years, who have just also contributed. We have Jatem in Ilorin, Brother Solomon Olasukomi. We have Rotimi Amodu. We also have quite number of people in Ilorin that have contributed so much. Even a lot of churches, there was a particular brother in Ilorin that was moving around to gather people to be one. The name is not available right now, but when it's available, I will let us know. I will put it on the book when it's available. The brother was moving, he's of blessed memory now, moving together. The drama people can come together in Kwara, and that will lead me to the Kwara. But before I go to Kwara, let me also move something quickly. And we also have Johnson Adeyoyin, who is part of the Johnson Adeyoyin was part of the church drama, even in Baptist in Lagos. Powerful person, even in Amsterdam. And that's the name is so much, but I will just be mentioned. And time will not permit me, but I'm still looking for a way of mentioning BJ Ben Okpe Johnson. Actually, like I said, and some of us knew that Okpe was not part of his name. It was Benjamin. His name is Benjamin Benjamin Johnson. And when people say Okpe, it became a popular person about. He was also contributed at the early stage when the film was being shot in video using Super VHS or using VHS. He started using VHS and later Super VHS before the technology. And I'm not surprised till today that this man of God is still doing well in cinematography, in the area of cinematography. He has shot a lot of films on video. As people will say, he's a young man. He has shot a lot of videos at that time. Ogunatilewa, a lot of films that he shot video films he shot at that time. To his credit, he's also part of the contributor because he's also a child of God who contributed so much into that thing. Then also we have Amsterdam. Amsterdam is a body. I just want to mention that. And like somebody asked on Saturday, and I've answered the questions, an umbrella that started in 1996. Now, I want to talk about quickly, like I want to talk about quickly, Abiola Jesulowo. Abiola Jesulowo started 1997, but before that time was involved in the Baptist Church, Ilupeju Baptist Church in Erua. He has been involved in the drama, and before the Lord gave him the assignment to start his own ministry, which is Siwam Intercontinental, Signs and Wonders Anointed Ministry, Intercontinental, Signs and Wonders Anointed Ministry, based in Erua. And these are people who contributed at that time. People contributed as they are joining, and many of them is not until they start the ministry that they have actually joined. Some of them have been contributing, moving from one conference that started in 1987. From 1987, some 1986, they have been moving around those things until the Lord gave them their foot. So that's why we are not linking it only to when they started their ministry, but also some of the contributions they have made. And also, I want to talk about gospel group. You know, I've been mentioning gospel group, gospel group, gospel group. People look at me, what is this gospel group about? Let me give you a brief thing before I link it to drama. Gospel group started in 1969 with a group of people like a fellowship who come together to study the Bible at Orifamefa Baptist Church. They use the Orifamefa Baptist Church as a base. So all of them come from different places. It was the fire of revival at that time that people really want to get to know the Lord Jesus Christ at that time. So when they got to know, and early 1970s, the drama group started. The drama group started 1972, 1973, early 70s. And at that time, how many of you have heard about Paul-Esupofo? Paul-Esupofo. Paul-Esupofo is an Oyibo man who came from England and who received a call that's supposed to be based in Elisha. And Paul-Esupofo at that time, before he came to Nigeria, the Lord told him that he should go to Elisha. He named his dog at that time Elisha. Every morning he wakes up, he says, Elisha, Elisha. He called that dog Elisha so that he will not forget the vision. So when he came, he was looking around to look for youth. He was looking specifically for you to disciple, to mentor, and he was really until two of them, whether he's the one that found gospel group who found him, at least they got him connected, and the man was training and raising people and raising champions, which a lot of champions we have today actually passed to Paul-Esupofo, even including the late Bishop Benson Daoza. Now, Paul-Esupofo came in to gather where the youth are gathering, and through the school, he moved around the schools so that he can catch them young. Then gospel group drama department started. The drama department became so prominent in the 70s, till the 80s, even till now, and it became so prominent at that time. And the revival was coming up. It was so powerful that in 1975, the gospel group also take things around. In 1975, they took the drama. They took a particular drama. The title is not available now. Even babies cry. Even babies cry. Even babies cry. You know, they took, and can you believe that Tumbo Siodusi, I mentioned the name at a particular time, he was a member of gospel group. He was a member of gospel group. It will make you to be happy that at that time also, Brother Tony Afolabi, who is now in London, he may be watching me right now, who is now in London, was also the drama coordinator of the gospel group. It will surprise you that our own evangelist Tom Shueton was one of the members of gospel group. Even the husband at that time, Jide Shueton, was also the drama group member of the gospel group. And also it's also glad you glad your heart to know that Solomon Adeleke, who happened to be the partner, very close partner, Remi Adeleke, and Solomon Adeleke, also part of the church drama group. And the most popular thing at that time was No Entry. That was the most powerful and popular drama they were into, as No Entry. No Entry. No Entry is the title. No exit. No Entry is the title. You know, the drama was going on, and it was written by a brother who also in fact, the name of the brother is Elisha Akinyede of blessed memory. Elisha Akinyede of blessed memory. He used to be called Double Anointing. That man has double anointing. In fact, he was also coordinating IVCU, Ibadan Varsity Christian Union drama group at that time, and he was the one who wrote No Entry. Part of the films that gospel group have done is Killer Babo and the rest and all that. And so, and you look at the history and look at the gospel group, look at the drama group started 1970, Christian drama, not biblical drama, and not just parables. Oh God, I'm so excited. And people like Baba Oluwatishe, they also contributed so much. People like Dr. Olufayo, Ann Olufayo, you know, people like Han Tony, okay, now Mrs. Sojo, you know, a lot of people do so much. Even the wife of the Yemi Adepoju of the Mount Zion, you know, these people, they contributed so much at that time to make sure that don't forget that the history revealed that 1987 they are part of the troop that came together to want to do the first Christian drama, Christian film, video film at that time. That I was told about the Agbara Toja Agbara Law. Now, after that one, I move on to some people who also contributed. We have the likes of Abe Martins, Aaron, brother Aaron, who also contributed. Aaron 1. We also have the Stella Otoibi. So like Otoibi, people who contributed so much. I've also told us about Mama Nimasha before. So a lot of these people contributed so much and so immensely. And that will make me to go to the towards what I want to say this morning. Towards what I want to say this morning. I have about 3 or 2 other people left that I just want to mention briefly also. We have the likes of Kehinde Elizabeth Adebayo. Many of you may not know that name now, but if you are living in Ilorin, Kwara State, that name will ring bell. Many people don't even know that's Elizabeth really, because she doesn't really use that name. We know Kehinde Adebayo, Mama Adebayo. That's the way it's been called. Mama Adebayo. Remember, don't forget I mentioned Mama Adeduton, which tomorrow before I go to the full thing, I'm going to be rounding off of other people. I'm going to be rounding off other people. But if I can do it today also, I'm looking at my notes, but I'm also being careful that I have to follow my notes. Now, we have Mama Adebayo, Kehinde Elizabeth Adebayo, who started as a church drama member at Zion Baptist Church Adewale in Ilorin, Kwara State in 1984. You can imagine, people have been doing drama, evangelical drama, as far as 1980s. And he was there, and they used to have people going to do drama. They also go around to do and some other drama ministers, but not so prominent, not so functional drama. Many of them were doing it for entertainment in the church. Let them do something, they have a service. Until 1994. So in 1994, she also moved on to have a ministry in 1994 called Nooks and Crannies Film Outreach Ministry. That ministry is over 20 years now, 22 years precisely. Now, Nooks and Crannies Film Outreach Ministry, moving around. Also, apart from doing some film, they also do showing the same film, just like the missionary did, just like the application of missionaries, applying and be using the stage and the film to show to the people. And these are people who also contributed and all that. And also, this morning, I'm also want to talk about the Heratam. Heratam is based in the north, where they have the driving force of a great commission of 3 W's, concept of 3 W's, that is winning the word with the word, winning the word with the word, winning the word with the word. You know, at that time it was in fact it was so powerful that a lot of things at that time were so awesome. And the Duncan Dobson, his name is Ellipson Dobkan. He's a director and he's also a scholar, a lecturer at the University of Jos, UniJos, till date, where they have is teaching in theater and filmmaking. And this man is the director who has the passion to preach the gospel through drama and through discipleship and through music and publications. And these are the people also contributed in the north to make sure that things also happen in the north. Can you now see this history? I begin to go to the north, I begin to go to the southeast to get the information. Not because I cannot have some, I have some, but I need to. Some of people are my friends who are apple to God. I have to call them. What is this? What is this? What do you have to say about this? And a lot you will see in the book on when the review is coming out. We're going to be doing some reviews and all that so that we can have it. We publish it for you free of charge. You see it, and later we'll make it a book, and you can be something you buy. Also, I don't have a mandate yet on that. I just want to tell you that now. This man in the north, till date, they are going about. They also have department of Heratam Films. Heratam Films have the School of the Art, where they train people on campus. They begin to move from one place to another. They're going to travel around the whole nation to bring about a turning point. It is surprised some of us that Uncle Bayo Fanure also contributed to the life of Panam Pasipor. Bunmi was, Fragment of Hell. I've mentioned so much about it. You watch the videos, watch some of the videos, and watch all the videos rather. You will hear some other things about that. So that man also contributed to the life of a lot of people by catching them young. Now, time will not permit me to mention every other person, but this morning, before I welcome our comment, please, I'm going to read your comment, whatever you are watching from. Mention your name, please. Like it, share it, comment, and let us hear from you. Then I'm going to tell you some other things after. I'm going to the person I want to mention on the closing this morning, and that is Pastor Yemi Adepoju. Wow, you'll be wondering which one yourself, Yemi Adepoju, Pastor Yemi Adepoju, Emmanuel Yemi Adepoju. This one is Emmanuel Yemi Adepoju. Emmanuel Yemi Adepoju happened to hail from his base, and he happened to live from Kwara State. He hailed from the Kwara State, and is not that the name you know of the Mount Zion member. No, this one is Pastor. That one is evangelist. All right. Okay. Anyway, Pastor Yemi Adepoju, Emmanuel Yemi Adepoju, is a man of God. Is the man that at that time, like I was mentioning in Lorry, there was no known functional drama ministry until late 80s. In Kwara State. Can you see? There are some people that have been gathering, but there was no functional. It's not that it's no. There are some in churches, they are doing their drama, maybe entertainment, they do biblical story, Joseph and Mary, and all that Christian drama. All right. Now, in the 80s, and most drama groups function under churches. So, Pastor Yemi Adepoju, Emmanuel Yemi Adepoju, joined the Cherubim and Seraphim Church movement, Ioni, drama group in 1984. Can you see 1984 again? Until he left the church in 1987, because there was no umbrella for drama ministry. Most of the church-based drama are not known. They are not known very one operate within the confine of their churches. So the very known one only operates in the confine of their churches. So in 1989, when he gave his life to Christ, he joined the drama department of his new church, Abundant Life Gospel Church in Ilorin. But in 1991, 4 of them that has the vision for a drama ministry came together to form what we have today as a VGD, Victory Gospel Drama, Victory Drama Group, rather, VDG. So, Victory Drama Group, under the umbrella of the Abundant Life Gospel Church. After a long meeting with the late founder of blessed memory, Bishop Kola Onolapo, who gave them a full operation, he gave them the approval to be independent. Can you imagine that? A church drama group, the first general overseer will see that he give the people under him, and that's an ideal church. That's an ideal church. He gave them permission. That was 1991, don't forget. He gave them the freedom to be independent. So their first independent and their first interdenominational drama group festival started in October 1st, 1992. They gather people also, just like the gathering. So the gathering has been all around, different places in the north, in the south, in the east. People have been gathered to do what is called evangelical drama or Christian drama that we have today. So in 1992, their first film was My Lifetime. That was their first film. I forgot to talk about when Peacemaker, I was talking of Only One Life. I think I mentioned Only One Life. And My Lifetime. It was released the same date, that October 1st, 1992. And can you see 1992 to the date? How many years is that? That's over 24 years. Now, ever since the Festival of Christian Drama in 1992, it has been held now every 26th of December till date. Since that time, over 20 years. Consistency. The group has ministered in many churches, campuses, and programs within and outside Nigeria. So far, Victory Drama Group has produced 14 films and set for the location of another 2 films coming up. Okay, and that one is not. So they are looking in the search. In 1994, they want to have. So in Ilorin, they want to form an association in Ilorin, an association in Ilorin. So drama groups in Ilorin came together to form an association with others in the state. So in 1994, they gathered together to form an association in Ilorin. For record purposes, they form an association, and that will give us the name when you see the review of the book or thereabout. So now, in 1996, Amsterdam started. So they have to submit. They're part of people who submitted the association to make Amsterdam one. Do you get it? That way, when we are saying we are one with one spirit, we are one against the devil. To drama, Amsterdam, drama army, Amsterdam against the devil. Amsterdam is for unity. We are one. We are one. We are one. Now you now discovered that's how by the time 1996, all the gathering in the north, in the south, in the east gathered together to form one body. Wow. Wow. Drop your comment because I'm going to read your comment. Just keep on dropping your comment. I'm going to read your comment. Just keep on dropping your comment. I'm going to read your comment. Now, look at these stories of these great ministers of God. You remember I've not talked about Yvonne. You know, remember? I didn't forget though. These are deliberate things. You understand? They are deliberate things, which I will. You know, a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened, and we thank God today that we have the history. At least, if nobody is able to put it together for us, God is helping us to put it together by ourselves. But somebody contributed so much in putting the history down for us. I must confess that somebody contributed in putting the history down for us, which is some of the things we're doing. Now, I want to quickly talk about some things today. And that is an area of this historical background. I discovered that because nobody was asking these people, our leaders, our brethren, nobody was asking them questions about this area. Many of them tend to be forgetting the names. When I was talking about the gospel group the other time, I forgot to mention a particular person. That is the present senator of Osun State, Senator Adeyeye. Senator Adeyeye happened to also be a member of gospel group, drama group. And that is a challenge to all of us, because I'm going to say this all now. I'm going to say it because it's a class. I'm going to say it. What are you doing now when God has placed you in the place of authority? What are you doing for Christian drama? What opportunity are you giving to Christian drama to come and operate? Do you know that when I'm telling you, nobody, because it's a Christian body, does not make it less professional. And some people, because you said they want to say Amsterdam is not a professional body. Who said so? Who said so? By constitution or by what? Amsterdam is a national body and is a professional body, full of children of God. That's only the difference. So if AGN gather together, the same principle, the same procedure, and they now say they are more professional than all. What do you mean of professionalism? Professionalism means something you do over and over. If somebody has been doing something for over 20 years, is he a professional? Because we don't want to use the word professional. History, from all this history I'm talking about, who's supposed to have the professional body, if not us? Who's supposed to? Who's supposed to? As I'm talking now, some people have been watching all over the world. They are taking their pen and they are recording. They are documenting even from the document I've received so far. Some will be surprised, say, wow. When I mentioned Evangelist Stone Shuet on the other time, the woman of God into music ministry. And he has acted. Now, when you now see that he has acted with Manzan film, so some of us will be wondering, when did she become? When I was mentioning Uncle Nyojo Adegbite, I was mentioning the scripture pastor. You remember some of the videos? Go and watch the videos. So these are fundamental things all of us must learn. The Lord will help us. Let me just quickly say something. So theater or drama in Nigeria started in the church, and whatever times you want to call it, like I said, you are free. But like I said, I prefer personally to call it what I'm calling it now. What I'm calling it now. So let me comment before I go to the few things I want to, before I release us. 2 things of this morning that I want to go before I release us this morning. All right. So please, well, any other thing tomorrow, I'm going to load us before I go to the promise. Tomorrow, I'm going to load us seriously with that. I'm going to load us seriously with that. I'm happy that I'm able to do justice. And I want to appreciate some of our contemporaries who are also doing good things, like Felix Bankole. I want to appreciate this man who was going to the deep north to do some things, and I'm happy because he's also documenting it via Facebook and every other means he could document it. That's a very good one, and I want to appreciate all our contemporaries. There are so many of them, both in the churches and outside, and those are the things that I'm so happy that I've mentioned so many people. If possible, tomorrow, if I can get that, I'm going to talk about a bit of system. Though I've talked about it, but if I'm going to talk about a bit more about them. So I want to appreciate all of us this morning. I want to thank you all. I want to thank all of us. I want to say God bless you so much. I want to really, really thank you for wonderful things we are doing, and the wonderful things we are doing. Let me quickly read what I have here. James Success Ogbo. Oh my brother from Akwa Ibom. Thank you so much. Say good job. Sister Gbemisola Idowu. Thank you. Ruth Gentility. More grace, sir. Amen. Amen. I say amen to that. Akorede Balogun says, these histories are very important. I'm happy to have more knowledge through this forum. God bless you plenty. Amen. So please spread it to the world. Tell the whole world about this. Is the first of its kind by the grace of God. The Drama Film School Online. The Drama Film School Online. So that you can connect and all. We still have plenty things for us by the grace of God. And tell yourself tomorrow is going to be loaded. I promise you, by the grace of God, tomorrow is going to be highly, highly loaded. Because I'm going to be talking before the 3 people I promise you. And I say from tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about them. I'm going to be talking about Heaven. I'm going to be talking about what they have done and all that. I'm going to be talking about other ministries that I've mentioned before. Deliberately, I want to repeat some of the efforts and some of the themes, like Breakthrough Ministries, Crystalline I've mentioned. I'm going to be mentioning some of the themes on some of the things they have done, and with the year they produce it. And tomorrow I'm going to be starting from them. Our professor, I'm going to be talking about Kunle Ogunde, and we'll talk about Mike Bamitale. All right, starting from tomorrow. So if you can finish it this week on Friday, fine. If you cannot, no problem. Every day for now, by the grace of God, Monday to Friday is going to be 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. every day. On weekends, we give you the time on Friday, depending on what our schedule is like. If our schedule is so tight, we tell you, oh, sorry, it's going to be this in the morning. If it's not in the morning, we tell you it's going to be in the night. But I told us for now, Sundays and Saturdays and Sunday will be 9 p.m. in the night for now. But if it's going to change, we'll tell you on Friday, and we tell you on Friday by the grace of God. I want to appreciate all of you. Keep on praying for us. This history has really, in fact, I never thought it's going to be this deep on these 3 weeks or so. Wow, 3 weeks. I never knew it's going to be 3 weeks. I want to appreciate Sister Tinukama. Sister Tinukama, God bless you. Share the video. You came late, but you can watch the video again. Just share it, then you have a copy for yourself. And if you are using Opera Mini, it's easier to download it from Opera Mini. So depending on the phone you are using, it's easier to download it on Opera Mini. The Lord bless you so much. I want to appreciate everybody. I want to thank God for all the people we have called and they responded so goodly, and some are maybe a bit skeptical because they don't understand. They don't want to talk about the history because they felt that when they talk about the history, they also talk about some areas where things were wrong. I've mentioned it from videos. Go and watch all the videos I've done. I've mentioned some other things that were wrong that some people did at a particular time. And one of it is, and I said, so that you can look for it. You now say, okay, that's the video. When we're talking about the historical background of theater in Nigeria, not Christian drama. The theater in Nigeria. You look at the video, you will see when I mentioned when the video wanted to start that Afolayan and Ogunde, they were not happy for anybody chipping it to video, making the film to be available on video. It has to be on cellular. It has to go to cinema. You get it now. And you know, many of us don't understand that Aromire was the one who first took the video film to cinema. So tomorrow and next tomorrow you'll be hearing something when our own came in to the cinema by the grace of God. I want to appreciate all the leadership of Amsterdam. I want to thank you all. I want to thank God for all the state chairmen. I want to thank God for present chairman and the present president of the Amsterdam. By the grace of God, I want to thank you all. I want to appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends and family. Until tomorrow, by the grace of God, my name still remains Paul-Esupofo Oriade, not otherwise. My name is not Oriade Paul-Esupofo. My name is Paul-Esupofo. Paul-Esupofo is a singular name. It's a compound name, singular name, Paul-Esupofo Oriade. I remain yours in His presence, and I thank God for His grace. Till tomorrow, 9:30, same time, here, Facebook Live. I will see you if Jesus tarries. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We love you.